Sometimes we are struggling with a certain health condition, an addiction, obesity, high blood pressure, any of these things that are so normal in a modern society where there's an overabundance of food, there is an overabundance of work, and there isn't enough free time. And we can then become hyper focused on trying to solve that issue, but then it becomes sort of counterproductive. The more you focus on something, the more likely it is that your mind is going to try to sort of sabotage you. So let's dive into that a little bit and try to understand how we can maybe reframe things so that it doesn't seem like such an uphill struggle. So my name is Mohammed Ashori, MD. I'm a board certified family medicine physician. You can find out more at drashori.com, where I really talk about healthy aging, about being able to get in from our 30s all the way to however long we're going to live without a lot of struggle, without a lot of chronic disease. So I think reframing the concept of weight loss, for example, the way I would approach that is try to focus on the things that we enjoy doing in life. Maybe it is exercise, maybe it is having more energy, maybe it is about better sleep. If we can focus on those things, then the side effect, the natural side effect, is that we're going to lose weight. How does that work? When I'm getting enough sleep, when I'm assessing my daily stress and trying to learn coping mechanisms, it's much more likely that I'm gonna encounter some of the negative feelings that I have and work through those. If I then feel like, maybe I should be getting some activity levels, it's just the way the human body works. It wants some activity, it wants some exercise, it wants to move and stretch. Otherwise, it becomes cramped and it becomes contracted. And so if I can start feeling those emotions and start doing some of those actions, so for example, yes, there are things that I'd rather do that are more fun, like sit behind a computer or maybe watch some YouTube videos. But then there are things that I think are better for me. And if I can start incorporating those, the natural side effect is weight loss. The natural side effect is the muscles becoming more active, the fat shedding off. So focusing on the things that I think are good for me, the things that I like, are much more likely to be effective. I'm going to be more successful if in the morning when I get up, I focus on what is a good diet for me for the day. And when I say diet, I really mean nutrition. I personally try to get away from the word of diet because I think a diet can be very effective for an initial goal, but it's not a long-term strategy. All the data shows that everybody burns out from a diet. There are very, very, very few people who've actually stuck with veganism, keto, paleo, Weight Watchers, or any of these diets. And the reason is they're restrictive. Over a long time, over a long period of time, you'll notice that, well, my body wants that croissant. My body wants that occasional pizza. My body wants something that I crave. In the morning when I wake up, I'm gonna go and say, okay, I know I'm gonna need some protein and I know I'm gonna want that croissant. So what can I do? Can I cut the croissant in half and shove a bunch of healthy proteins in there? Put some good fats on there, get some good vegetables in there, some tomatoes, some arugula or something. Now I feel like I have a good balance. The majority of my calories is not coming from something that I just crave. It's also coming from the things that I think I should be doing that's gonna leave me feeling satiated, leave me feeling energized for the rest of the day. And then maybe as the day goes on, I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna have like 4 hours of meetings and then I'm gonna be at the office. I really got to get a walk in. So what can I do? How can I think about planning something? I can take one of those phone calls while walking. I can leave some exercise bands in the office and just do a few of those movements. And even though in the beginning they seem like very small actions, like, come on, these are not going to add up to anything big, but that's not true. In the long run, all these little actions are going to add up to an incredible result. And it's what we all strive for, is to have the ability to feel good about ourselves by doing the actions that make us feel good. And the same thing, as the day winds down, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock comes around, I know there's 3 other things that I could be doing today, even if I'm excited about doing them. They're work related, they're responsibilities. I should be calling that other my kid's parent and just say hello. I should be sending this text message back to my friend. I haven't responded back to her forever. Or I should be finishing this work stuff. The problem with that is you're not really giving yourself time to wind down. So maybe what you can do is to set a clock and set a timer and say, well, at 7 o'clock, there's nothing else that I'm going to do. Sure, I can hang out a little bit with my friends and family while I'm sending off some text messages. But come 7 o'clock, I do got to turn off that phone. I do got to turn off the computer. If I'm going to do anything, it's going to be watching something that's good for my mind, watch some cat videos, watch some animal videos, watch some nature videos, listen to some beautiful music in the background. And so you're adding in things that are slowly going to replace some of the negative habits. And then you're going to start your night routine. So the night routine starts and you're like, okay, I got to get some sleep because I know that if I don't get enough sleep, my anxiety level will be higher the next day, which means I'm going to have a lot more food cravings, which means I'm going to eat poorly, and maybe I'm going to do a few stretches, yoga moves before I go to bed. So that's the way I reframe it with my clients. It's more about a mind shift, a mindset change that will then cause natural, positive, desirable side effects. So guys, let me know what things you do. How do you handle your weight loss routine? How do you stay healthy? Check out drashori.com, and thanks for tuning in.